Okay, let's go. Well, anyway, when I was about 22, I was a produce worker in Boston. And I had all this extra produce every day because people didn't know what organics were. So I started taking them down the streets and to this housing project. And one day I get to talking to the people, what's this modern building doing here in front of us? And they go, oh, that's where they designed nuclear bombs. What a crazy thing. They've got poor people on one side, people making bombs on the other side. And what were some of those bombs being used for? Not the nuclear ones, but the conventional ones, was to kill people in El Salvador. So it's becoming pretty clear that a lot of money was going to people to build bombs, while people in our country were going hungry. So I thought I'd try to put an end to that. So the first thing I tried to do was capitalism, making tofu spread. And so, I got a lot of trouble smashing capitalism by making tofu spread, and ended up in the stress losing cage, unfortunately. But to make lemonade out of lemons, we decided that we would squeeze lemons into the tofu. So then we need to have workshops on this, so we organized a Food Not Bombs gathering in San Francisco, where roughly 1,000 people showed up, and of which 600 were arrested for sharing food with themselves at UN Plaza in celebration of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So we thought, well, that was a good idea. Why don't we do another one in Atlanta, Georgia, where they're rounding up the homeless people so that no one will see them during the Olympics. So therefore, we decided we would crush garlic. As part of our crushing capitalism. So then, after that, we decided we better teach people how to read, so we started literacy programs in Honduras. And so this was the penning for the literacy program in Honduras. So then after that, we realized, besides crushing tofu and smashing garlic, we better go around and explain what the trouble with the WTO is. So we traveled all over the United States, Canada, and we advocated that we show up at wherever the WTO had a summit and try to shut them down. So as it turned out, cool. So then the Republicans decided that they would try to have George Bush run for president. We thought that was not such a good idea in our theme of crushing capitalism. So we went to New York and held a Food Not Bombs gathering. Unfortunately, the FBI subverted that and it didn't happen. So then our new idea was to add coriander. So at the same time, we decided that we would not only have coriander, but that we would occupy the White House. Then, because people all over the world were kind of upset at the United States, we decided that we would visit Africa and meet the Food Not Bombs activists there. So they were really into that, and they suggested we add miso. We did. After adding miso, which worked out pretty good, we decided to have a World Peace Conference here in Taos.
Yeah.
That was certainly a lot of fun, and it also meant we needed to add tahini. So we did. Everyone around the world loved tahini. After that, we had to go to another anti-globalization protest in Australia, where they suggested we add salt. Okay, but to be more spicy, they suggested more coriander in Mexico. So we did that. Where we had the 30th anniversary of Food Not Bombs gathering, which was also co-sponsored by the Chief of Police of Monterey. So then, thinking that was a good idea, where else is better to have tahini than in Palestine and Israel? Where we decided to take the wall down between the two countries with a jackhammer and tools for lifting your car. And then we thought, wow, what would be better than to have occupations in every part of the country? So we called United Natural Foods up, ordered hundreds of dollars worth of rice, beans, and so on, drove my poor little van over to New York City, where the universal joint broke. So, nonetheless, persevering, we knew there'd be a great future ahead, and we kept going and added more salt. And of course, a kind of a future where there would be solar, there would be all kinds of wonderful things, like the Three Sisters growing their squash, beans, and corn, and living in like a solar utopian world, which we know we can make if we keep making tofu spread, we keep handing out at the plaza every Saturday at noon to 2. And so, as a result now, Funab Bombs is all over the world in 1,000 cities. Most recently, I visited Funab Bombs not only in Mexico, but the Philippines. I was surprised to find out that Funab Bombs is in over 100 cities in Indonesia. And so we hope that you join us in doing Funab Bombs and providing free vegan meals in your community. And if you don't want to bother with all that, just come down and eat with us every Saturday at the plaza, or stop by the Funab Bombs Free School in El Prado and enjoy some of the fresh produce that we're growing right there. So thank you.